Good morning. Happy Thursday. Today, I'm gonna put my card away. Hi, Deanna. Yay. Hi, Priscilla. Um, so, good morning. I just got out of the shower. My hair is all wet. And, but whatever. So, I'm doing the 30 days of IG Lives. Today is day 4. And today I wanted to, let me just put my hair back so it doesn't distract me. Today I wanted to talk a lot about Telos. So when I started, I'm going to try to make this within about 10 to 15 minutes, so we'll see. Hello. Oh, Deanna, your live video shifted me. You have no idea. I woke up super, super depressed this morning and just like all kinds of stuff happening in my world. And your live video did so much for me. So thank you. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful lady. Okay, so Telos. First time I went into Telos, 1995. And I felt like it was my home. And it took me, 1995 till 2015. So 20 years to get back to why I'm here. Hey, Brandy love. And so a quick little history. So Lemuria was one of 7 continents. It was actually the very first continent, and it was 4,500,000 years ago to about 15,000 years ago. Lemuria was this huge continent. It spanned all the Pacific Ocean, all the way to Australia, New Zealand, Japan, the Easter Islands, Fiji, and then it went all the way up to the west coast of the United States, from British Columbia down to middle of Northern California. So it was huge. And Atlantis came after Lemuria, about 10,000 years after that. And there were 7, eventually there were 7 big continents that took up the entire planet. But the Mu was also the name of the continent, and the Lemurians were the ones that lived on Mu. So the beings came from Sirius, and then the other one, I always forget the name of the other star system. Hold on, I'll remember. Alpha Centauri are the main star systems that these beings came down into. Brittany, love, hello. Aww. I miss you guys so much at the studio. So anyways, there's tons of star families, star systems all over the universe, right? And so 2 main star systems, Alpha Centauri and Sirius, were the main beings that came on into Lemuria. Other star systems came in throughout those thousands of years, but those are the beings that created the Lemurians. So eventually, Lemurians were very, very, very heart-centered, very spiritual, very, if you kind of wanted to feel how it would feel, very like feminine. And just really, really evolved beings. Then there were the Atlanteans. So there was the huge continent of Atlantis, and they were much more highly, highly evolved beings as well, but on a different sort of playing field. So they were much more masculine in energy, if you wanted to feel how that felt. They were all about technology and building and creating. And what ended up happening was these 2 continents started having thermonuclear wars with each other. Lemuria wanted to allow the other 5 continents and beings to just be able to live in the worlds that they were living in, and Atlantis wanted to start controlling these other continents. And so the 2 huge continents started battling for thousands and thousands of years. And what ended up happening was the priests and priestesses in Lemuria were told that within 15,000 years, their continent was going to sink. And so you have to understand that the Lemurians lived, their average lifespan was between 20 and 30,000 years. So 15,000 years was in their lifespan. It wasn't a huge amount of time. It would be like if somebody was like, hey, the United States is going to sink in about 30 years, 40 years, right? Somewhere around there. So they knew that in their lifetime, their continent was going to sink. So what they did was, there is a thing called the Agartha Network. And the Agartha Network is a network of 120, give or take, cities that are within the planet. They're in the planet themselves. And they're all over the world. And they go down about 800 feet, right? So, 800 miles, sorry, 800 feet, 800 miles. They go from the center, from the top of the earth, they go down about 800 miles. So Lemurians knew this, and they went and spoke to the Shambhala of Lesser, which is the group of people that are in charge of this entire network. And they said, hey, listen, our continent's sinking. We need to be able to go in, and we want to be able to save what we have. We don't want to sink with the continent. And so they said, okay, and they chose Mount Shasta. Now, Mount Shasta is a huge volcano that is no longer active, and it has a huge, it's open in the middle, right? So there is space for them to go in and build what they needed to build. Now, you also have to understand in your mind that it's hard for us to comprehend how do you go inside and build something, right? That's where you start to understand the third and fifth dimensions. That's where you have to really start to expand your mind and understand that everything is energy. And so as your frequency shifts, and as you go, hi, welcome back. As you go back, as you shift into different frequencies, your density goes away. You're not super dense. So you can move in and out of things. You can appear and then disappear. You can bilocate so easily. We bilocate right now. On my journeys into Telos, we bilocate. So it's all about energy. So they were granted access into Telos. So they knew they had 15,000 years. And what ended up happening was they started building the temples inside. They started bringing their sacred flames inside. They had space for about 200,000 people. And overnight, the continent sunk within a day, which was not what they planned. And it was very, very traumatic. So there's a lot of you listening to this right now that feel that connection to Lemuria. And when you hear the story of what actually happened, it really brings a lot of tears, a lot of sadness, and it resonates really deeply with a lot of people because you were there. And the continent sunk within one day, and all of these amazing, beautiful priests and priestesses that were in the process of building Telos made the decision. It brings tears to my eyes even right now, like telling you guys. It's because I know I remember being there, They made the decision to come back onto Lemuria, the planet, and be with their people while it sunk. So there were thousands of beautiful beings that stood there and held the light for all of their families to go under. And one day, millions of people, okay, this is a huge continent, and the beings that held that light are you. That's you right now, right? So, and that's what you're doing right now on this planet, this time, is you're holding this energy for all of us, except we're not going to sink. So it was really detrimental to a lot of people. And so what happened, only 25,000 people were able to go inside of Telos because it sunk so fast. So that was 15,000 years ago, and since then, Telos has become this huge city. There's about 1.5 million people inside of Telos right now. The beings inside of Telos, the original Lemurians, shift in between the third and fifth dimension on a regular basis. They can come out of Telos, and they can, if they want, they can slow their energy down and become third dimensional. Most of the time they don't do that. They stay in that fifth dimensional frequency, in that fifth dimensional vibration. Um, so and then and so what Telos has become is this this vortex for all of these star beings to come in. And I've seen this room where there is a room inside of Telos that is amazing. It's the place where it's kind of like the check-in, right? So like all these different, I mean, you name a star system, they're in Telos. You go and visit Telos, I mean, you don't know who you're going to see. There's just anything and everything you can imagine, and every different frequency and vibration is in this city. And I'm sure it's in a lot of the other cities that are in inner Earth right now, because they're here to help us. So Telos is really becoming very familiar to a lot of people because they are here to help us move into the fifth dimension. So they have, when they were living on the Lemurian continent, on Mu, they shifted into that fifth dimensional frequency. So they've gone through so much as a species. And so they know how to do what we're doing. And so that's why they're here. They're here, they have been waiting thousands of years. These beings have been waiting for us to wake up. And all they want to do is assist us in our ascension. And right now, what they're doing for a lot of you, because I've spoken to so many of you that have had these experiences, right now what they're doing is they're working on you in your sleep. They will take your etheric body and bring you into Telos and work on you and activate more of your light body. They'll start healing things that are really stuck within you. In Telos, there are hundreds of temples. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful healing temples. And these temples are designed to heal and activate us. That is their mission. So if you were a being that lived inside of Telos, right? If you were having if you needed healing or cleansing, or you were feeling stuck, or whatever it was that was happening, you'd go into this temple, whatever temple it was, and you would receive the healings and the gifts. Kind of like a shower or like a massage. You know how we go get massages right now? It's like that, right? So you're like, oh, I need to go into the Great Jade Temple and get some deep healing work, or I need to go into the Violet Flame Temple and really transmute some stuff. But the temples right now are for us. And so they're bringing so many of you guys at night into these temples. And a lot of people are becoming aware of these dreams and aware of being inside Telos. And that's what's so amazing about this time right now. There are five, not layers, like, what are they called? Like, what's it called when you're in a building and you're going up, like, whatever those are called. Anyways, my mind is totally blanking right now. But the very first level, and not levels, they're like floors, kind of. Not levels. I think it's floor. Like, whatever. There's 5 levels, right? So the first level is the main level. So when you go, if you were to ever do a journey with floors, Nikki. Hi, Nikki. Oh my gosh, love. Hello. Floors. That's a good way to put it, I guess. It's not really a floor, but anyways. If you were to do a journey with me inside Telos, the first place we go into is the first level. And it's a huge level where all of the buildings are, all of, the government buildings, administration, the largest temple they have, which is a huge temple called the Rama, which holds 10,000 people. It's amazing. And you guys have, if you resonate with that, you've been there. Oh my goodness, it's amazing. So that's the first level. all the people, there's a lot of people that live on this first level. Their houses are very round, circular, and that's the first level. Second level is where they do a lot of manufacturing and building of whatever it is they need. It's also where people live. Third and fourth level, this is going down. Third and fourth level is all their where they grow all their vegetables and food. So they're totally organic and vegetarian. They don't use animal product whatsoever. They don't use animal anything. They don't use insects, nothing. And everything is hydroponic. So they make everything, and they use that amazing, beautiful fifth dimensional energy to infuse all their food. So their food is just so pure. And so they use those two levels to make all their food. And then the fifth level, which is the bottom level, is my most favorite level, is the nature level. And if during my journeys, there's things there that you've never seen before. It's like you'll see like flying things that look like half dragon, half bird. You're just like, what the hell is that? Things that you've never seen in pictures are in Telos, animal-wise. Anything you can imagine in your head is there. So the fifth level is that's another area I go to when I do my journeys with people, is I take them into this level. It's where all the beautiful waterfalls, oceans, mountains, parks, rivers, totally unicorns. Oh my goodness gracious. I feel like I had a client that saw a unicorn there. Maybe it was a dragon. Dragons are all over Telos. So unicorns too. Priscilla, I go there a lot. I feel like I'm always there. I feel like I'm there in and out throughout my days. It's really kind of strange, but I can go in at any time. The thing about Telos is the way you go there is you bilocate. And so what bilocation means is basically you just put yourself into like a quiet, closing your eyes meditation, and you leave your physical body and your etheric body moves to a different location. That's how, when you think about all the ascended masters or angels or all those people, right? They can be, because there's no time, because time is not linear, they can be everywhere and anywhere all at the same time. And so can we, right? We can do that as well. You bilocate when you're sleeping. You just don't realize it. You're not super conscious of that bilocation, that you're doing that. But in the journeys, when I take you into Telos, we bilocate. So our physical body is sitting here, and you are inside that mountain, experiencing Telos. You're experiencing all of the beings. Your star families come to you when you're there. Your name, like your real name, is activated when you're inside Telos. You hear things, you get messages, and you get these really, really powerful healings. And like I said earlier, the whole purpose right now of these beings coming out and wanting to share this information with you is to help us, is to guide us, is to say, hey, they've done this and they're ready to help us. It's just not super easy necessarily to be like, oh, okay, I'm going to go into Telos, right? Like it's not super open and easy for everybody at this time. But once you're guided in, you can always go in after that, right? You can always connect and go in and get those healings. You can ask every night when you go to bed, please take me to the Violet Flame Temple for transmutation, or please take me to the Great Jade Temple, or please take me to the Rose Flame Temple to open up my heart more, or to heal whatever pain, that you might be having, going through whatever it is you're going through. And even though you don't see it, even though you don't necessarily experience it, it's happening. One of the biggest things I've been learning this month being in Mount Shasta is I don't necessarily see everything that's happening to me right now, but I know that it's happening. So I know they're working on me. I know they're taking me in on a regular basis. I know that if I ask, I will be taken in and healed. Um, yes. Okay. So Amy, all you have to do is when you go to bed tonight, they're probably already taking you in anyways, lady. But the best one to first start it is the Great Jade Temple. So Amy, when you're going to bed tonight, just close your eyes and ask for a Dhamma or your guide. If you have a guide that you totally know is right there with you that you use on a regular basis, just tell them that that you would like to go into Telos and that you would like to go into the Great Jade Temple for some healing and activations, and that's it. And then just let it happen. Some people feel it and experience it and wake up and remember, and some people don't. I never do. I never remember any healings that happened to me at night. I feel like I was in a temple or place there, and my body was there resting. I live an hour and a half away from Mount Shasta. Yeah, like everybody has their own experiences when they're in Telos. But yeah, it's a place for you to go to get these activations and healings. We don't realize how how powerful this energy is right now and everything that is happening to us because we're just living our lives and I can guarantee you every single person here watching this and listening to this video has been going up and down, up and down, up and down. Your life is probably not the way it was a year ago. There are many shifts happening within your body and outside in your everyday world. And so what they're doing inside Telos is assisting all of this, right? They're processing this stuff for you. They're making it easier. And the more you're aware of like, oh, I can actually go into the city. I can actually consciously say, hey, please take me inside Telos. Please take me into so-and-so temple. So there's an Ascension Temple that is unbelievable. The Ascension Temple is like, what the F? Amy, then you're probably going to remember your experience when you go in. Please text me or message me when you start going in and see what you see and experience and feel. You've probably already been going in, and that's why you're here listening to this. You just need an understanding of what's actually happening. And so now that you're aware of what might be actually happening to you, you're going to be more aware of what's going on at night. And so write a lot down as you're experiencing this through your dreams. Because what's going to happen, Amy, is as you're experiencing it in your dreams, you're going to start experiencing it in your everyday life, and start experiencing these powerful activations and healings now, like in your everyday life, not necessarily sleeping, right? So it kind of starts off in your sleep state, because it's happening all the time. It's not necessarily just happening in your sleep. So all we need is just to be consciously aware of what's happening and be more conscious, and then more what's it called when you are like assertive, or you're kind of leading the boat, leading the ship, right? You're like, okay, I want this kind of a healing, or I want to go in here and do this, or whatever it is, right? So anyways, yeah, it's super duper duper crazy exciting. I get really emotional when I feel how much these beings are ready and waiting for us inside there. And it really only takes a intention. That's the word I was looking at. Just an intention, being proactive. Yeah, just saying, I want to go into these temples at night. So if you're interested in learning more about Telos, you can buy Aurelia's books. They'll give you all the information about the temples that you can go into. I also offer guided journeys into Telos that are unbelievable. And during that journey, we discuss all the different temples that you can go into, how each one impacts and affects you, which one your higher self is guiding you to go into during the journey, and and then once you're in, like I said earlier, once you're in, once you go in once and you meet your guide, that's the other thing. So you have a guide. Your first couple times going into Telos, you can't just go into Telos and be like, I'm in Telos, woohoo, let's go party. You have a guide, an individual guide just for you that guides you around Telos for quite some time, many, many visits, until you're able to kind of go in and be on your own. So there's many, many visits where you have to have this guide. And so part of the journey with me is that I introduce you to your guide, right? And so you get to know your guide and you get to experience like the room you go into at first and all the beings that greet you. And the other amazing thing is that they are in awe of what we're doing right now. If we had any idea how proud they were of us and how much they honored and respected us, because you have to understand that they chose to stay inside Telos, right? And build that city. And we chose to come back down. Joe wasn't allowed in. We chose to come back down and play out this role one more time, right? So what we chose to do is a lot more difficult, right, than what they chose to do. And they know that. They see that. They honor us. They're like, you guys are doing it. You're on the front lines. You are the warriors and warrioresses? What's the female version of warrior? I don't know. Warrioresses? That's not even a word. Anyways, yeah, so their love and their excitement for all of this is pretty exciting. But anyways, I think I went over my 15-20 minute mark. I just get so into this. I feel so charged about it. And if you guys want any information on my journeys, you can go to my website. It's lorioflemuria.com, or you can just DM me, message me here on Instagram, and I can give you all the information that you want. Thanks for coming. What is your name? That of which is, what's your name? Because you were here yesterday as well. Hi, Misty. Anyways, if you guys have any questions, oh, Amy, you're so welcome. I'm so excited to see what happens with you. So let me know. Message me on Instagram or something, and just let me know what happens with you. I'm excited. And all of you on here, asked to be taken to the Great Jade Temple tonight. Just see what happens. And you never know. You never know what's going to happen. All right. Love you guys so much. Thank you all for showing up. I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Kara, my love. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. I'm starting to get... Hi. I don't know why I'm crying. That's so weird. Crazy. That is crazy that I started crying when I saw your name. Look at what emotions do to you. It's so weird. Love you, girl. Wow. That was weird. Sometimes we have connections with people that are so strong that this stuff happens. Crazy. Okay. Pulling it together. Kara, I love you. I miss you so much. I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. I think I'm going to talk about star families and what star families are and how do you connect with them and all of that stuff. So if you're interested, come back at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Hopefully this mess will be cleared up. And I hope you guys enjoyed everything about Telos. Reach out to me if you want a journey or if you have any questions. And thank you all so much for joining. Love you so much. Take care. Bye.